on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. I say cloudy, some of you cloudy skies, others of you glimpses of sun. So, hey, it's kind of a mixed bag as of right now. But the one thing seems to be for sure, we're getting precipitation around the mid-Michigan area. And it does appear as though there's some rain and some snow and some ice mixed in with all of it. So be aware if you do have to do a little bit of traveling here and there that you should probably give yourself just a little bit more time. But for the most part, the road conditions are just simply wet. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. And again, as I said, we are looking at some light snow around the area. Temperatures hovering in that low to mid 30 degree range. That's about as warm as it's going to get as we go through the remainder of the day, because as we get into the afternoon, especially later in the afternoon, we're going to be seeing the winds pick up a little bit in intensity. Right now, we've got northwesterly winds gusting up to about 23 miles per hour, and we do have a wind chill to contend with. What are we looking at around the mid-Michigan area? Well, we have west and northwest winds. The highest gusts that I've seen so far have been down in the Flint area, where we're looking at wind gusts of 30 miles per hour. And then you get over on the west side of the state. Holland is reporting a northwest wind gusting to 41, and they are having intermittent snow on the west side of the Lower Peninsula. Matthew, what do we have temperature-wise as of right now?
Well, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 34. Over in Midland, there's light snow at 34. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 34. We have northwest winds at 14 miles per hour, gusting up to 23, and our pressure's at 29.53, and it's rising.
There are winter weather advisories up over in Michigan's thumb, in particular Tuscola County, Huron County, and Sanilac County. As far as Tuscola County, the eastern half of that county is under the winter weather advisory. And it does look like we're going to have some pretty interesting weather going through the afternoon. Interesting in that wind gusts close to 50 miles per hour are in the forecast coming out of the north and the northwest, and snow showers, snow flurry activity picking up in intensity. Some folks will be seeing upwards of 2 inches of snow, especially along the Lake Huron shoreline. For us here in the immediate Great Lakes Bay area, we're looking for mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of light rain and some snow mixed. Temperatures hovering around where we are right now, 34 degrees. We are looking for the temperatures to drop as we go into the later afternoon as the winds pick up. And for the most part, the winds will stay pretty steady in that 35 to 40 mile per hour area until late tonight and early tomorrow morning, and then they'll taper off. The snow shower activity will taper off as well, 24 for a low tonight. And then tomorrow, we're looking at 34 for a high, partly sunny. High pressure, that's right now giving us the west and eventually the northwest, and the north winds will be moving into Kentucky. So that will change the wind direction a little bit and also decrease the strength of the wind. Tomorrow, it'll be looking at westerly winds about 12 to 14 miles per hour with partly to mostly sunny skies. 28 is going to be our low for tomorrow night. Then moving into the day on Wednesday, partly to mostly sunny skies for a good part of the day. We might start off with a few clouds, but 40 degrees is our high for Wednesday, 29 for a low on Wednesday night. Then moving into Thursday, we'll have partly cloudy skies, 42, 43 degrees. Clouds will be moving in late Thursday and Thursday night. And it does appear as though there will be a chance of some showers around, mixed in with some snow and possibly snow after midnight on Thursday night. That'll move into the day on Friday, but it's going to be more scattered and isolated as far as any precipitation goes on Friday. 42 for a high on Friday. Friday night, the middle 30s. Then moving into the Christmas weekend, starting off with Saturday and Sunday, mostly cloudy both days with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. So Christmas Eve does not look like it's going to be snowy. And as far as any transportation goes, any activity out on the roads, you shouldn't have any problems at all. Matter of fact, as far as much of the continental United States, it appears right now as though travel should not be an issue if you are going to be either hopping on an airplane or just driving for any distance, because we are looking at some pretty mild temperatures as we go into the Christmas weekend. Record high in this date is 50 degrees. And that was set back in 1951. The record low on this date is 5 below zero. That was set in 1926. A year ago today, 31 was our high, 25 was our low. We picked up about a half inch of snow a year ago today. For the month of December, we had 1.5 inches of snow for the snow season last year. A little bit better than 6 inches of snow officially on the ground. Now, what are we looking at this year? 2.6 inches of snow out at the airport officially for the snow season. And for the month of December, just maybe a little bit better than an inch. That's it. The warmest ever, 18th of December, 1939. 50 was our high, 36 was our low. The coldest ever, 18th of December, 1922, 101 years ago. 9 was our high, 1 below zero was our low. Now, long range, take us through the end of the year. Temperatures are still going to maintain above to much above normal averages, which means we should be looking at right around 10 to 15 degrees above what the normal high is, and that's 34. Precipitation value is going to pick up just a little bit, a lot closer to average than what we have been seeing. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Steve Anderson from Baird & Clough and Cody Harris from Star of the West.
All righty. Before we take a look at the New York markets, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service is brought to you today by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. Hey, do you need some trimming of the trees? Well, what about tree removal? Well, you need Legendary Tree Care. Remember, no job is too big, no job is too small. They're fully licensed and insured, and they specialize in big projects. So if you've got a lot of work that has to be done, might be a very good idea to get in contact with them and set up a schedule. LegendaryTreeCare.com, or you can like them on Facebook. They're there when you need them. Before we get to the ag markets, let's check and see what's going on in New York with Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Steve, it's been pretty busy over the last several days. We've been breaking some records here on the Dow, haven't we?
We have been, and guess what?
We're doing it again today.
Yes, sir, we are. We're right this particular moment. Excuse me. We are up another 73 points, putting it at 37,390, and kind of heavy volume there. And on the NASDAQ, we're up another 53 at 14,867.
So with all this activity going on, Steve, give us the ticker tip of the day.
The ticker tip of the day is you don't often want to pay too close of attention to what you're hearing out on the streets, because there's still an awful lot of people that will tell you the markets are doing very poorly. And that, according to the numbers, obviously not right. And if you're making decisions based on some of the rumors and things that you're hearing, you're quite often going to be incorrect. And being incorrect can cost you a lot of money in the long run. So what you need to do is make certain, as I've said before, to get yourself an investment. First, start out with an overall financial plan. Then out of that, make an investment plan as to where the money's going to go, how it's going to be allocated, why it's going to be allocated. Stick to your guns, and that's the big tip of the day. Stick to your guns.
All right. So we can get a hold of you if we need more information and need a holster to put that gun in. How do we get a hold of you?
You call us right at Baird & Company, where the telephone number is 989-790-5724, or you can call the Midland office at 989-839-9035, and we're also on the web at rwbaird, that's BAIRD.com, and look for me, the branch, the Midland branch, whoever's over there you want. We're all listed.
You're all ready for action. Steve, you take care. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Let's find out what's going on in Chicago right now as we start off. Well, I think, Cody Harris, isn't this going to be the last full week of trading for the calendar year?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, you're correct on that. It's the last full week of trading. We have Monday off next week, no trading over the weekend, so we're going to have a 4-day week next week. And it seems like it's a little different than New York. We're definitely quiet here in Chicago this morning. Got corn and wheat. They're kind of taking a hit. Soybeans actually battled back, I'm going to call it, on the positive side, but definitely a lot quieter trade here in this last week of the year.
Now, do you think we've got a full roster of traders going into the final couple of weeks here, or are we looking at kind of slim pickings?
It seems like it might be a little slim pick, especially as we get into the back end of the week and back end of the year here, which is maybe why we're seeing being a little quieter than usual. One thing to kind of take a note to, though, I think, we got soybeans and corn. The traders I've been talking to anyways, it seems like there's a pretty good short position out there. So it seems that you might get a little bit of consolidation as we get through the end of the year here. But overall, I think it's going to be maybe a pretty quiet trade, especially here this week anyways.
And again, all eyes, I have to assume, continue to be south of the equator.
Oh, yeah, that's what's driving it here today. I think I was looking at this morning and talking to a few guys. It seems, despite there were some temperatures between about 103 and 110 degrees in northern Brazil, right now expectations are that there's going to be kind of a widespread rain that should set in tomorrow, I believe, in Brazil. And that wet pattern is going to be kind of hanging around maybe into January. So that's definitely kind of maybe affecting the corn. And then I think soybeans, there's some early beans being harvested down in Brazil. And it seems like the yields are a little lower than expected. This might be why we're seeing a little bump here this morning. But definitely all the focus is down there on the weather and what's going on with those two crops down there as far as corn and soys are concerned. I guess kind of diving into it right now, we got cash wheat that's down 4, $5.80 on the white, $4.95 on the red. New crop wheat, that's down 4 as well, $6.35 on the white, $5.55 on the red. Look over at corn. Cash corn is down 4 at $3.89. New crop corn down 3 at $4.44. And look over at soybeans. Cash soybeans, I'll call it up 3 at the moment, $12.24 for cash soybeans. And new crop beans are also up 3 at $11.99.
You have a great day, Cody. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, sounds good. You too.
You bet. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Moving over to Oppenheimer with Doug Klein now. The market report brought to you by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture for well over 125 years. They do have 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region, so they're ready to take care of business as we wrap up the calendar year. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And yeah, as we've said, the last full week of trading, the last full week of getting over to Schaefer and Beerline and Frankenmuth and checking out that inventory. They continue to get the heavy-duty 23s and the new 2024 1500s. So if you're in the market for a new Ram 1500, how about a Ram heavy-duty pickup, a ProMaster van, or a Ram commercial truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, now is the time to stop by Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sell cars. Say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, under $3 on the gas. Are we heading in the right direction or what?
Heading in the right direction, but of course, crude oil's up $1.85 today. Yeah, something about the Yemenis and all that stuff going on over there. Seems to me that it's, sort of backed up by the big oil producers. They kind of like that when there's a missile here and a drone there, and they can raise the price by $2, $3, $4, $5 a barrel. Whatever, we're just subjects here. The Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P are coming off 7-week runs, all hitting highs last week. So that's interesting. Makes me nervous a little bit. 7 straight weeks of up markets. Maybe it's permanent, but I doubt it. One of the FDIC ex-chairs came out and said we're way too optimistic about what the Fed is going to do. Now, she's not even in business anymore, but she's weighing in on what our interest rate should be for the next year. So that's kind of silly that we give her any credence, but we do. Japan's Nippon is buying U.S. Steel. So that's kind of interesting, a $20 billion merger that they're planning. They're going to keep the headquarters open. I think it's in Pittsburgh. But they didn't say anything about the production facilities staying open, so I don't know about that. That's going to be a good thing.
Few jobs down the hatch. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know about that,
Yeah.
but let's see. Trevor Milton is probably going to go to jail. He's the one that ran Nikola, the electric car company, a couple of years ago. They've indicted him on lying, cheating, and stealing. So it's just another notch in the old gun stock of the electric car business. So anyway,
Wow.
So that's all that's going on. It's just so stupid. Okay, here's your numbers. The March corn is $4.79, down 4 cents. July corn is $5.01, down 3 3/4. March soybeans $13.33 3/4, up 2 1/4. July soybeans $13.50 3/4, up 3/4 of a penny. The March wheat is $6.23 3/4, down 5 1/2. And July wheat is $6.38 3/4, also down 5 1/2. Crude oil is $73.58, up $1.80. Heating oil is $266.44, that's up 6 3/4 cents. Gasoline is $2.19.20, that's up 4.4 cents. Natural gas $2.35 1/4, that is up 3 1/2 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.34 Canadian, that's up 17 ticks. The dollar buys 143 yen, that's up 91 ticks. The euro's at 109.16, up 22 ticks. And the dollar's at 102.55, that's up 4 ticks. Gold is at $20.24, up $2.90. Silver's at $23.87, flat. And platinum is at $955.80, up $3.20.
All righty. Doug, you have a great day.
Okay, see ya.
We'll talk to you again. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Matthew, who do we have on board next?
Up next, we have Vic Hupfer from Freeland Bean and Grain.
Hey, Vic, how you doing today?
Doing well, Terry.
Great. We're wrapping things up here for the end of the year. That's kind of been our conversation all morning long. But I know there's still some farmers out there that have some last minute, got to take care of business. We got all our corn off?
Yeah, we're getting really close. There's very little left to go. It's just stragglers here and there that got a field here and there to do. For the most part, we'll wrap that up. I don't think there's much. There's not from what I know from customers we're dealing with.
Now, as far as
Fortunately, we still have our corn pile on the ground, but we're dealing with that, trying to get that done. Hopefully, we can get that done here pretty quick.
I was just going to ask you, as far as the corn goes, I know you had that pile out there for a while, and does it look like there's light at the end of the tunnel on that?
Oh yeah. We've moved a little more today than we have been, so I think the ethanol plant is catching up as far as what they're getting processed. So we're able to shift a little bit more against our contracts to get done. So probably between Christmas and New Year's, we'll pick it up and get her done.
As far as seed availability goes with your Dairyland products, how are we looking right now?
Everything looks like it's pretty much available. Of course, early order is best because getting the seed sizes that you want. They do not do graded seed, but they do seed that's it does come in sizes that guys want that are more favorable for their planters. So I recommend guys to get that ordered early if they want it. Cash discounts to the end of the month are still running 12%. So there's excellent opportunity if they're looking for certain varieties.
Now, as far as the fertilizers, some of those inputs, how are we doing on that?
Everything looks like it's pretty well available. I've got product bought for the end of the year for some sales that we're doing. I think I'm going to have to purchase some more with what we're doing as far as guys prepaying before the end of the year. A lot of pesticide prices are out. If guys are looking to price those, I recommend them to call because there's some things that are pleasantly surprised as far as pricing. We've dropped a little bit on a few different commodities in that realm, so that will help with some of the offsetting some of the costs for next year.
Yeah. Ultimately, when it's all said and done, the bottom line is going to be affected a little bit more different than what it has been because we're not working with a lot of pricing that we had a year ago on our commodities.
No, we're not. Corn prices being where they are, it's definitely making an adverse effect to people in their decisions. It's changing decisions. Not nearly as much wheat got planted because the price of wheat was down, not just because we couldn't get in the field to plant it. And I think there's probably some opportunity in that realm because the wheat acres didn't get planted, but that's going to take some time for the market to show that. But as far as corn and soybeans, we're going to see, guys are going to plant where the numbers are looking the most favorable.
All right. Vic Huffer, always good to talk. You and your family and everybody at Freeland Bean and Grain, Merry Christmas.
Yes, to you as well, Terry.
Thank you, Vic. Vic Huffer with Freeland Bean and Grain. We're going to take a break, and then who do we have after that, Matthew?
Up next, we have Jerry Samalski from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center.
But first, this. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. A lot of work has been done over the past several days because the weather has been quite nice. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. A lot of folks have had the opportunity to get out in the yard. Saturday was a very nice day to, once again, be out there getting stuff done.
It sure is, Terry. A little bit different today, a little more windy going to be, but, still get out there. And again, pruning is a key thing to do at this point. But we've had some people ask about, these temperatures going up and down and how that's going to affect the plants. And, I think they're going to be just fine. Somebody was saying the buds were open a little bit far, but again, we're all going to be good. It's what happens to the worst thing in the winter is when we go from maybe like a week of 45 degrees and then we drop to, a day where the highs are maybe 10 degrees or 20 degrees. That's when you've really, cooked plants. They don't like that, that wide ranging swing of temperatures when it stays either high or low for a long period of time. When it goes one way or another and stays there, that's trouble. But we haven't seen that, and I don't think we're going to, it's not in the forecast in the future. So we're good.
I think you're right there. Jerry, always good to talk. You have a great day, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Why don't we talk a little decorating of the containers outside? Chuck Cervinsky from Maple Hill Nursery is joining me right now. And Chuck, a lot of folks, of course, they want to decorate for the holidays, but once the holidays are done, it's always nice to see something nice on the patio in the back through the winter.
Yeah, why not do something with those empty planters on your patio for the next few months that you may have had annuals in all summer long, and make some holiday arrangements in them. And you can do that with things that are found right in your backyard. Jerry was just talking about trimming. You can use trimmings from overgrown junipers and yews that might need some rejuvenation, pruning, as well as boxwood and holly. And you can really use that to transform some beautiful outdoor arrangements in pots that you already have.
Yeah, dogwood.
Yeah, add a little character maybe with some branches from a red twig dogwood, or simply cut some branches and paint them a bright color. I've done that before, and it's kind of fun. It'll give the arrangement a little color contrast, and then maybe add a few colorful Christmas bulbs that you might have laying around to give it a little pop of color.
And again, a lot of these arrangements are going to last.
Yeah, they're going to last well into the end of February and give that visual interest during an otherwise dreary time of the year if we ever get snow.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we will. So if folks do want to get a tip or two on what they should do and what they should use, they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, they can get a hold of us here at the store, 989-835-4708. They can visit our website, www.maplehillmidland.com.
And you've still got some outdoor furniture for sale here before the end of the year?
We do. We've got some clearance sets for Polywood that are 30 to 50% off. We've still got a few things on sale with Polywood. We've got our first truckload coming in tomorrow. I was just hung up with them, so that's going to be kind of exciting. All the new stuff will start rolling in, but still some deals to be had yet.
Sounds great. Chuck Cervinsky, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again.
Okay.
Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. We'll be right back.
Get the best deals of the year during New Holland's Value Bonanza, going on now at Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Beale City, and Ithaca. Put 0% financing for 72 months in your pocket, or choose a free loader on Workmaster, subcompact, and compact tractors, and Boomer compact tractors. Reliable, powerful, and easy to run. They help you tackle chores without breaking the bank. Work smarter with year-end Value Bonanza savings at Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Beale City, and Ithaca. Stop in today. Offer ends December 31st. For commercial use only, customer participation subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard items, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
We'll be back about 12:30 for an update, but now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
I'm Steve Kathan. Defense Secretary Austin is in Israel as questions grow about the prolonged Israeli military campaign